1212 Radio Culture. Blessed sabbatical morning, one and all. Greetings from Texas, USA. Yes, greetings from the studios of Radio Culture. Time is now. Right now, we are about to make it happen. The much awaited debate, if you want to call it that. But yes, indeed, as far as I know is concerned, we are grounding together, you know? Every man have a reason to have an opinion. The big question comes in when the validity of that opinion is called into question. And here at Radio Culture, what we do is we present you the platform to trumpet your opinion. And then everybody else will know, will, make up their minds. Blessed sabbatical man and one and all, once again, we have on the line right now, as advertised, I saw that one of my guests just dropped. I'm just waiting for them to come back fully and then we'll get it all rolling in no time at all. Stick and stay. Yes, indeed. We have on the line right now, as advertised, President Khex Dan Pongo. Khex Pongo is an official from the Rastafari Council of Ghana, and I believe of the Africa Council as well. I'll let him tell you that when he gets the opportunity to speak. And we also have, this man is no stranger to this platform at this point. He has been here and his opinion is making the waves on this platform right now. His name is Agyaba Opuni. Agyaba Opuni was our guest a couple weeks ago, and from the discussion that went on, he still has some things to say. And I thought that why not bring on an official of the Rastafari Council, which is the valid body of Rastafari, and also somebody that I personally know and respect very much because I know he has been around. He is a Rastaman. So we are going to be talking about that. Opuni has his own opinion what Rastafari is, and then we're going to get the official, or we're going to get the other side of the story, or what should I say, the other side of the story from President Khex Dan Pongo. Welcome, Ras Brethren, Opuni and President Khex. Welcome to Radio Culture.
Hit Web Radio. It's a brand new sound.
Hello. Agyaba, President, welcome. Oh my Lord, I think I see so Agyaba drop again. But let's go on, President. Welcome to Radio Culture. Hello. Hello, President Khex.
Yo.
All right. I can hear you now. Okay. Good.
Mistake by muting.
Yeah, you were muted for a bit, but I think you're good now because I can hear you live and clear right now. Welcome to Radio Culture, President Khex. Hopefully, Agyaba joins us, again soon. But welcome to Radio Culture.
Give thanks, my Lord, and big up reggae culture.
Yeah, man. All right. So let's start like this. Give us your actual portfolio, because I described you as the, or I, introduced you, I should say, as the, as an official from the Rastafari Council Ghana. Give us your actual title.
Where I am the chairman of the Advocacy Commission of the Rastafari Council of Ghana.
Okay, Advocacy Commission.
Yeah.
All right. Do you also play a role in the council in Africa, the Africa Council?
Yeah, no, I'm not a member of the Rastafari Continental Council. I'm not an official executive.
Okay.
But I'm a member, but I'm not an
official executive. I get that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Regardless, and no doubt, you, President Khex, are one person who can legitimately speak about Rastafari. Now, let's get the ball rolling straight away. A couple weeks ago, we had an interview with Agyaba Opuni, and prior to that, he had actually been, he had actually had a couple interviews where he seems to be propounding a certain theory or certain hypothesis, I should say, which he asserts to be the actual Rastafari, the real Rastafari. He dropped. I hope he will be here to fully make the case for himself as well. But let's start. I hope he joins the discussion at some point. Have you heard any of these discussions going on at all?
I had a glance, or I had a slight listen once on a Facebook video, but I didn't listen it to an extent, because I realized that he was not portraying what I know as Rastafari. So I didn't continue to listen, because I don't have time to listen to certain things which are not really what, is the fact, So I don't listen, but I know that he has some sort of traditional or local is it interpretation of what he sees as Rastafari or whatever, But Rastafari is a human being's name, Rastafari is the name of Emperor Haile Selassie I, and it is we the followers, his followers, who are the Rastafari. It's not any other thing, as far as I know.
So it's not Ora or Son of Fata, as he was saying.
Well, if that is why he understands the meaning of Rastafari tree, I will grant him that, because Rastafari means head of the head creator. Ras means head, and Tafari means creator. So if that is why he's interpreting as what he said, I don't have. But if it's not that, then if people who hear tree does not understand the same thing he said and what I am saying being the same thing, then I don't think he's saying the right.
By extension, he also said certain things like even the language, right? Like even words like calm come from the tree word comb, right? Customer.
You say what come from that?
Calm. The English word calm comes from calm. Yes, somebody, a calm person comes from the tree word comb, which practically kind of means the same thing, right? And then also a word like customer, he says means comes from the tree word kosotoma, which really and truly kind of lines up. What do you think about that? I really wish he was here so we can actually get like an actual debate going. But he messaged me. I think he's having an issue rejoining. Please answer this for me, and then we'll see how we can get him back on the line to do this together. Okay. What do you think about that? It kind of lines up, doesn't it?
I mean, if that is, there are so many other people who have different interpretations of words and bringing it into the light. Somebody said there's a word in the Bible, it's like apia or something like A-P-H-I-A. And somebody said that is apia.
Well, there's terma in the Bible too, so yeah,
somebody too said Igbo is Hebrew.
I see.
Or Hebrew. There's always when you're going to call Hebrew word, the Hebrew language word, there's always a missing. I don't know how I forget the word they use. Is it hyphen or whatever? You don't pronounce the H, so it becomes Hebrew. And then it's like when you want to call stew, when it's stew, the people call it stew. So it's like Hebrew, you know. And I also have at least one, which is Yahweh. You know, which means in my language, is this in a way there's an alphabet like it's like a letter it's like V, but it has some curve at the end of it.
Yeah.
So that word is like v. So if in a way we they call that instead of that letter we call W to replace it, and then in my language we call the fetish or the god Yahweh. You know, which is like the Yahweh exactly. So now I need to have it, but it's my personal.
Okay, so you two have your own. President, I see Agyaba messaging and saying that he's having issues reconnecting. So please do me this favor. I'm going to disconnect, call him first, and then have you back on, if you don't mind, please.
No problem at all.
All right, so we can have a fruitful discussion. I'm really fired up for this. We'll be right back.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, indeed. Okay, so we have Agyaba Opuni now. Let's move the discussion forward. Agyaba, let's go straight into it. You have something to say, really. I can't even sum it up because you really have a lot of things to say. At the base of it, what I want you to deal with right now is the question of Rastafari, right? We'll say Rastafari. The other week when I spoke with you, you even said something like, even in Ethiopia, there's nothing like Rastafari, something to that effect. We didn't have time to go too much into that. Lay it down for us. What exactly are you saying? Are you saying the Rastafari that we all know, that we've all come to know worldwide, is not Rastafari? And why are you saying that?
It's not what? It's not what?
It's not Rastafari. You said.
Come again, please.
You didn't hear what I said?
Come again, yeah.
Okay. So you have a lot to say. You've been on, we had an interview the other time, and then you made a comment like, even in Ethiopia, there's nothing like Rastafari. And then I'm asking you, we all know Rastafari to be what we all know it to be, connected with Emperor Haile Selassie, the levity, the culture, all of that. You were saying that it's something different. And I'm saying, why are you saying that?
Okay, first and foremost, remember OBBR OTA radio culture. Like I said, good afternoon to every listener worldwide. You can say Rastafari, the word Rastafari now. We all have known is the head title for we the Mpesa people. No? Ethiopia history, no. Uko Ethiopia bakos semua. Ye ni bibia ye freno ye spelling TAFARI, and then the RAS. In Ethiopia, Kasa ye Amharic, and no ye Ethiopia for original language, official language, no moka. Yenisa spelling no enimsa eye tifiri. The word tifiri. So I'm not saying say maybe we calling it Rastafari is wrong or not. But Bruni Anthony Enka Tifiri, as his originally official Ethiopian language, Bruni. Hello.
Mitio, Koso.
Hello.
Koso, Agyaba. Koso.
Bruni Anthony Kasa. Yeah, yo. Bruni na ono na extra dictionary na otro book otro enwoma na otro grof kasa kano ono na extra sa kasa recording that history, writing that history
On Timin Tafari. So that's an episode.
Ana omo extra no omo yano TAFARI, but the name me person to say Ethiopia official language you need some pronunciation you pronounce it
Okay, all right. Yo, Mati Honase. But that said, no, Usain so chair say Rastafari idea. No one say ube yes ura or send or fata, right? There me about me with discussion I mean no year in the say it really has nothing to do with Haile Selassie at all. And say now party say Rastafari, the nerve wire, the centerpiece, any Haile Selassie. Who person say antisa?
Yeah, me can't say antisa. You say
me tell you pa.
Me can't say antisa. Me just say yeah. A big green phone like original Ethiopians. Now because say Africans, and say you pronounce no send here. Ono na why you run a teacher ma why you run a tongue.
Okay.
Na ono what call assume no pronounce so wrong. Or pronouncing it wrong, and say original, mean send your original pronunciation. You're very messy a tongue to pronounce the foreign tongue.
And Matthias, okay, Matthias says the Matthias says not to say who issue near just with the name, not with the essence of the culture. Say Emperor Haile Selassie, however you call him, is the centerpiece of Rastafari.
Is the centerpiece of righteousness, like righteousness, good behavior, good character, good morality. That's why he's the moral person, he's the military person, he's the soldier, or whatever they will say, soldier, where some people say soldier. Because of his moral character, like I've said, that attained him to that standard of where we or me, I would love to learn him. I would love to emulate him. I would love to follow his footsteps. That is the only.
Okay. President, quick response.
Yes.
Ansani Atwaso. President Khex. My president bring quick enough for him to us. Yeah, President, welcome. So they don't know that was so what's your quick response?
I don't think I have anything too much so far against what he's saying, because as he said already, the tongue, everybody and the way they talk and how they pronounce things. So if he says it is Tiferi, where is the name? If I want to call it in Ghana here, I may not call it the same, but it could be the same name I'm calling. But my problem is that we've gone beyond Rastafari as a matter of fact. Because I don't think even Emperor Haile Selassie feels happy when we call him Rastafari again. Because he's an emperor now. You can't, Rast is just like a general there.
Just bless respect.
So Rastafari, where we the Rastas we are calling, is like demoting His Majesty.
Yes,
because somebody who has been called inspector. Somebody who has been called inspector. And now we are coming to call him sergeant. He's been an inspector where you know him. Now he's become a field marshal.
All right.
He becomes a commander, and you have to call him inspector. He wouldn't feel happy. So
let me advocate against that a little bit and see how you respond to that. So at the time where the culture evolved, right? At the time where the culture manifested, Emperor Haile Selassie, was he Rastafari or was he Emperor Haile Selassie? At the time,
he was Rastafari.
That's the point. So at that time, now, are we suggesting that along the line we had to change the name or the title that had been already used to identify the culture and switch that and start saying, okay, because His Majesty has been crowned emperor, we're not Rastafari anymore. We are, let's say.
No, I didn't say we are not Rastafari. I say we shouldn't call him Rastafari.
Okay.
We are disrespecting that title.
Okay, but we call ourselves Rastafari. Is what I'm saying, though, right?
Yes.
Because
so we now we've
every Rastaman that I know that's hailing His Majesty would not just stop at Rastafari. I mean, isn't that so, President? You are a member of the 12 tribes. You can tell us more about that.
It's so that Emperor Haile Selassie, before he became the emperor, he was Rastafari. Because before the movement this movement will start, he was Rastafari. But that time he was Rastafari. As soon as he was coronated on 2nd November 1930, he changed his name to, he gave us a title, his new title called him. That title was, according to what I know, a secret thing known to only him. So that's the day he revealed it to us, that he's the power of the Holy Trinity. So exactly what I'm just saying is that if somebody is a general in the army and he's become a field marshal, I don't think we should be calling him general again, because RAS is a rank in the military.
Okay, all right.
And
Let's move.
Let's that level, you get a RAS.
All right, let's move the discussion forward, because
so, I think that I think that the Rastafari right now has become the movement of the followers, the name of the movement of the followers of Emperor Haile Selassie. And I've also noticed a lot of Rastas I know, they believe in Rastafari, but they don't want to follow the teachings of Emperor Haile Selassie the First. You know, I don't know how to explain it.
But yeah, it's very understood.
Okay, let's move it a notch. Let's move it up a notch, because last week also one of the things that I was not able to too much get into, not last week, last 2 weeks I think it was, Opuni, when I spoke with you, that I wasn't really able to get into, is that you mentioned Papa Jah, right? And then you said Papa Jah was the foundation of everything. Now we have the time. Let's dig into it. What did you mean by that?
You see, very good. When I mean the word Papa Jah is beyond flesh. The word Papa Jah is beyond flesh. But we all know in this area, say, when you mention Papa Jah, it's a title or a name like a creator.
Stick a pin.
Right? Stick
a pin. Because what I understand, and if it's not that, then we don't have to waste time to discuss it, because then we all know that Jah is the Almighty. But I thought that you were mentioning. No, hold on. To my understanding, you were mentioning the name of a person that I personally know as well, Papa Jah. There was a person that ever trod the face of this earth called Papa Jah, who used to live, God bless his sweet soul, brethren of all of us. That's who I thought you were talking about. Was he the one you were talking about?
Yes.
If not, then we don't have any discussion on this.
He's the one I'm talking about.
All right. And you were saying that he's the foundation of everything. What does that even mean?
Yeah. Okay, let me make it short.
Please.
Without Papa Jah being the foundation of everything, life, my life, let me use myself, like my life as living to my my phone. My life, hello?
Me too, Pa.
Hello?
Me too.
Yes.
Okay. Just say, me obra me bo, ene subaya me name, ene me ni ya me ye. Or no, as a person now, we no. And I make sure say, ene ya me ya ene. And no, a month for one say, and then I made then Subana Media to Mosuno, and then Obrana Media to Mosun, Sa Obrana Media to Mosun.
So, over church is more train performer.
Hello, who say?
Mrs. Sir, me fan of bra, Okas or bra. There's a certain mentity too much, Sadia, but me fan is there's a certain negative connotation to it. Or because what for bra or bra bia to what? Well, fine, but me person me just say. Who person say or no ne like ne or inspire you to do what you are doing. I say oh train same move to say they are oh train no would knowledge near the name Papa Jahoni Fisana Otre.
Well, that shouldn't be. But me just say knowledge and kayen bet me the Amos society. I de acting ye nasina ye youth ye pala na ye tin ye yasina ye mama ye papa mo enti mu accept your life na ye. He is a man otimi gina ye ma sa life na ye mama mo nti ase le ye mama mo atie ye mu bi ase e wo say na ye your fabric your foundation na ye wo nyina so very good
Matthias enti na okay say everything Matthias it's okay say everything in this context now we purchase number 1 one kasa wo personal asem na wo kan and number 2 asem wo kan in terms with say he set a foundation for Ghanaian youth to kind of liberate themselves and be able to stand firm and okay, Matthias, it's a personal experience. Yeah, again, Obi and Timmy never argue about a personal experience. What I say, because for somebody, like I said, who other countries there are people who grow dread and they have all types of different other teachings. Nobody faults them, But once they start to say no, that is something else and not what everybody else knows it to be, not a problem. But you say what you say so far, there's not even much to debate, really, because we'll say Papa Jah then they want us our experience personally, right? And Ethiopia then swatch much and say, it's mainly an issue with the pronunciation of the name and not with you're not saying there was not a personality called Rastafari. So the American may maybe interpret to and watch you because you say you carry over from the last discussion now.
There's no personality called what Rastafari.
Mr. What you much and say last week Oka say there's nothing like Rastafari in Ethiopia. Now we will patch say a pronunciation of the name Asem Nana Woka and not there was nobody good. And I will say because one should not certain things, especially on social media where you reign. Certain people don't understand what you are saying. Right?
That's why they need to give a comment of a question. Say, what do you mean? What are you saying? But people come to just like.
But Opuni, you will agree that sometimes that degenerates into insults and stuff like that. Which is why I personally reached out to you. Say, young fambra out. The young can ye no be until the year can see it, right? But you're my president in Britain for a second. President. So far, I don't see anything to contest or to debate. Anna, do you see anything different?
No. So far, there's nothing too much to debate about, or to doubt him, or we don't have anything like that. So, if what he's saying is his personal, ideas, and also. As the language barrier and the donation, we don't have anything to say about those things.
Well, the rest of the things, really, I don't know if you are the right person to respond to them because number 1, I don't know how good your tree is, President. So when we are talking about,
I can understand tree, but I don't know whether I can go that deep when it's that too.
Okay, but for your information, Agyaba Opuni. Khex also has his own version of the thing for you. Remember not catch you in a second, okay? But let's go and you respect our sponsors for a quick while. We'll be right back. Yes, indeed, we are paying tribute. Or we are actually just giving thanks to our sponsors. Doc Palm, the app. Doc Palm, a medical app beer. Say hodna say opese wo doctor ehun hia say wo bekọ akosa line e wo hospital ehun hia say wo bekọ akodi line so sa ebia making cry doctor no crampo no nim baby crampo obehu bia fe na akọhwe no ebia wo wefum ene wonya emergency bi ebia wo baby a doctor emben ho na say wo need even means of transportation to go to see a doctor immediately, but you need attention right away. What you do, yes, you download the app Doc Palm, is spelled DOKPAM from the App Store. And then what you can use that for is that you go on it and you get video conferencing with a doctor. The doctor will tell you what to do before you have to come in and see them if you have to. That's the use of this app. It is amazing. We are bridging the gap in the healthcare delivery system, says Doc Pam. Thank you very much, Doc Pam, for your patronage. We are back online with Agyaba Opuni and President Khex Pongo. Agyaba, and while I would drop here, you know, Khex also Emma or also so the version of what then I can make so can also my what you think about it, President. Tell us about the Yahweh one. Yeah.
I say in my language, in my hometown, we call the fetish or the deity, we call it Yahweh. And if you check, when my language is called Efe or Efe, but in English, they want to spell. If they want to talk about Efe, they have to go and stop instead of the rule. They don't know how to. Some people to say Efe, but basically they stay away. So when you see the thing they write Yahweh, it's YHWH. That's how they write it. And I'm saying that it is Yahweh. That W is supposed to be there. That is what is supposed to be there, but because it transformed into English. It should be verb. It should be verb. Because it transformed into English, they call it W, Yahweh. So it's basically Yahweh, which is what we also call our God in our language. Or in our,
But do you see anything there? Is there anything there?
Yeah, it's saying it, but and so I hear the problem, you know. Yeah, we are saying the same thing. It's like I always say, language started from the root of the tones. Mm-hmm. So we all pronounce it the same, but the way maybe I will say popo, somebody will say popo, somebody will say papa, somebody will say so. We might not sound the same.
Many we are junior with that, but that goes as far as languages that are related, like Fanti and Tree, right? Yeah. Like Ga and Adangbe, like Ever and say, you know, that kind of length. Those languages are clustered, they are related. So then you find those examples you are giving, right? But that's a similarity between Tree and English. For instance, you know.
No. We that's why I'm saying, even yet we are all saying the same. So let me draw our mind on what we are all saying.
Also, yes.
Right? You see, when we say the Almighty is Mau, right? Mau, right?
Yeah.
I want you to respond to me.
Yes.
To me? Yeah.
Mau, yeah.
Mau,
yeah. Mau, and this is an Akan, like I would say tree. Let me use the word tree. I would say it's a tree pronunciation. Or tree to say the same. But the way it sounds, you know, if you are not very intelligent to draw your mind on that, you would think they are speaking different, or we are speaking different, but we are all saying the same.
Tell us, how did the tree say Mau?
The Mau is the giver. The Mau is the one who gives us life, who gives us everything that we need in our going and our coming, which is the creator, which is the divine energy, divine spirit. And he is the giver. So we say, Omau, life, this is the Mau.
Hey, Agyaba Opuni.
It's a brand new sound.
Who is the one who gives us? And he will say, Omau, and everyone will say, Omau.
Agyaba. Enti din Onyankopon no efi hemfa. Onyankopon ana Onyame.
Very good. They have it very good. They have its meaning. Very good. They have its meaning. And this is what we don't know. It's telling us something. It's something that the ancestors are telling us, which they find the formulation of the word. So we have to code our mind to understand what they are trying us to do.
Yeah, but my question is say no, if say account for and so ekasa ene ever na kwakoye pe mawu Nasa can fonso so a dean for no most a woman Nyankopon, and I say Onyame no. And also for him find out how did they leave Mawo to go start using Onyame or Nyankopon.
Nyankopon is the energy, which is the friend of the flesh. The energy within us, the life within us is the creator, is the energy, the spirit, which moves us, and is the friend of the flesh, which I can't say, or on point means the one who know the live with you. You see, you go to school, you go to money, but when you want
yes. Nana living is yes. Okay, how about Nyame? How about for Nyame? Let's talk to mommy. Now means I'm repeating my question now because my question no.
Nyame is the giver. The man so wherever you get it, the energy provided.
Khex, respond to that for me quick, please.
I don't understand. I don't understand why we call God Mao. I don't understand why in my language.
Okay, there's hold on. There seems to be a mix-up.
I came to meet it.
So that's what I'm explaining. That.
Okay, hold on, Khex. I think.
Your mind on set.
And also the guys call him like that, and the Dangbes to call him like that anyway. The same mouth. So that one too, I cannot.
We are all saying the same. We are all speaking the same.
Wait, you said the guys call God Mau? I thought they called God Nyongmo.
Nyongmo. They call also, and they call it the original God is Mau. You want to call God? We call Mau.
Really?
Originally, God and Ewe are saying the
That's what I was saying, though. You see, Agyaba, that's what I was saying. So if you find languages that are related, Ga and Ewe, it's one of them. And you can, it's very easy to find that convergence, right? But so Ofa Brofo, na Ofa Chi, to the point that you even gave an example, say, Britain for no, now you throw, you see a bread and some water and stuff like it's a bit far-fetched, don't you think? Well, because Ufa the same language say a year related in there, and you better say straight, right? But Ufa languages are any.
Let me draw your mind again.
Draw my mind.
Whether Bruni, whether whoever else, as far as we are one human from one source of energy, know that we are all identifying or we are all meaning the same or we are all saying the same. But like I'm saying, the difference is the tongue pronunciation.
Yeah, but you're saying the same thing, and I'm also saying the same thing. Say that's true if you find languages that relate. But mommy, okay, until you were no mommy. British for no Eba Ghana, right? At a point where they colonized us. They are the ones who colonized us, who enslaved us, so not the other way around. But when they came, no, yesi omo kasa yente. So we call them say or your brands ayate. And then meba. And then they accepted, say, yenye brands and what yate omo kasantino, omo be from Britain for. Is that what you were saying?
So if you bring it into God, the God call it Ingela, Shiti Ingela means tongue. The people who tongue are now receiving. Because when they came along the shores, you see, when the white people come, they mostly were, even they didn't come from nowhere. We are all from the same root of one source. And they exploit. So they sell gold deep overseas. And they discover islands, a place that they think they can develop. So later we'll come back to that. But when they drive back, they return back to the shores. They meet the earlier people who were living along the shores. The Ghana people call them what? Buleteme. Now Ghana people call Buleteme as fishermen. I'm coming there. And then the Fantis also call the fishermen Aferifu. And this name Aferifu have its deep meaning. And then the Wuleteme have its deep meaning. So listen, let us listen. When they say Aferifu, because so we admire them. It's very admirable on material, and let's be realistic. realistic here say, Ubina material, foreign material, then he thinks say he's the best person. He look good. Then we are looking down upon the one who don't have sight. It's a bad sign. Now we want to be fair. Actually, they only below. Secondly, no, who sign in the panel? The people who are not fair because they think you have something they don't have, so they have shyness to you. It's that shyness, not emphaticus, and we are from a very full means the nice people, the people who dress, who communicate with the white people, who can even speak English much more than way they push people. So they were calling the people living the shore said they were.
Agyaba, what is the source of your information? Meba. What's the source of your information? What's the source of information?
I'm giving you this. I'm coming. And then back to the Ghana. I'll give you, and I'll come back to your question. I'm saying this because, for if you can understand this, then what the question you're asking me, it will be clear for us to understand. Because we are all saying the same thing.
I don't understand because I know that, for instance, the Afarina Wokano, I'm of Fanti heritage. Meaning, say the word is Afar, not Afere, but it could be. Meba Agyaba, stick a pin. Let me make a point. It could be. Say it's been bastardized. Who knows? I don't know. So I have to do my research in that area. And that's why I'm starting my research by asking you, say, what is the source of your information so that I can go and start researching.
I'll give you the source.
Yes.
I'll give you the source. Very good. I'll give you the source. But back to the Ghana. When they were in the Ghana calls the people who first meet the white people. When you see when you meet white people, it's like you are the first educated person. Or you are the first knowledgeable person. That's how we were assuming. So when the first people met the white people, communicating with their kind of style, how they pronounce and how they were doing, we formally firstly know, and like in the beginning, how they were pronouncing, how we were. So we find it even later difficult to get it. That's where I come say it became great. Let's put it down. So now, the Ghana people called the first people who now moving around the seashores, and they are from Wule. Their name was called the Wule. Those who know books, who were able to deal with the white people, who can read from what the white people are saying. So they were calling them Bololoi, and now we spot the pronunciation, and we are calling them the Wule, thinking they are just a fisherman. But the first people were not fishermen. They were people who met these white people to communicate to write and move together.
I see.
And they were calling the Bololoi. And like I'm saying, in the Fanti, they were calling the Asarifu, thinking that they were the nicest people, dressing nice, moving around with materials. So we were very shy even to approach them. So now, back to the Ghana. So when later the Ghana people realized that they were able to communicate with us, so then they refer to them that we are which means their tongue is now receiving, which now later they start to refer to themselves as the English.
As the English.
But the word, the English.
But this is ridiculous, Agyaba, because you're saying, say, these people didn't have a name for themselves until they came to colonize us. No, hold on a second. You are saying, say, listen, the English people have one of the best documented history on earth. They have one of the best documented history. They have history for centuries before they came to our shores and colonized us. And you're saying that they didn't have a name for themselves until they came to the Gold Coast now. Or maybe fight. Maybe some question we when you to be person Mrs. to be na year no my. Omo ni din mo ho until some buy a yen ye say Angelishi. And almost with Jitu Musa okay Angelishi and nobody call say you're English. Is that what you were saying?
What name do you think they were having for themselves?
They had all kind of names. There were the Anglo-Saxon people. There were the Stuart, House of Stuart, whatever. There were so many different. There were the Normans and all these people. I said the Normans, the Norths, and all. There were tribes in England. I mean, in Europe. Meba Opuni. Hold on a second. Let's make sense out of this, okay? Because I want Khex to actually chip in. That's the point, though. But maybe let me.
And the person was in existence before he came to your.
So how come you named them? That's the part I'm trying to understand.
They must definitely have a name before they came here.
They did, and their history is there for you to know.
Do you know how? So do you know how they? Okay, you finish your question, Ralph, please.
Yeah.
Please, you finish that question.
I finished.
You go ahead, though, because me, what I was saying is basically the same thing Khex is saying. Say it really doesn't add up for me. Say,
So I can explain.
go ahead, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
They were not having. You know how the name. Let's bring out. Yeah, from right, Kasa. We see. I am a person like Kabro Kasa.
Yankasa.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, from right. Now you a dean to what they say. She buy me a way, and then I had the best friend. They will give the longer friend title here. What you are in, what you do is what will be called after you. So in the first place, nobody know how to call anything. To say you are this or I'm this.
That's not true.
So what?
That's not true. Let's not waste time on that. That's not true. No, Opuni, that's not true, because I'm saying to you, say, they had tribes just like we had tribes in Africa. No more so tribes, so they had the Vikings and all those type of people, and then some of them came together. But no more din, minim nipa bia wo no ni din ma ne ho. Minim Opuni. Let's not do this to ourselves. Let's not do this to ourselves. It didn't want to sit, but obie ni ho no ma on obia ono iron slaving no and ono two ni din. So for all those thousands of years na no more before they came, no more ni din mo ho. And no more by a small group of people no more by enslaving yen no. And yes, so mo kasa yente.
We are all from one creator. We are all from one source. If you are making this point, say like we are all from one God, one creator, one word, one saying, one doing.
Opuni, that has nothing to do with the price of rice in China. Can you address that question? Say they actually didn't have a name for themselves. No, but
they didn't have a name, and I'm telling you,
wait. Also, they didn't have a name. Also, they did not have a name.
They didn't have that. No, they didn't have that.
Before they came to enslave us, no more build a ship. I walk king. No, I commission ship. Let's say Monko. It's six uncle for us in Kwano. Na omuni di. Is that what you are saying?
Let's put that one aside.
Maybe before that, my Khex in Bremo. Khex Kasa Yache. My Khex in Bremo. Quick before you do that, please. Why? Hold that thought, though. Don't let it go. Khex, I beg, come in briefly before Opuni comes back in.
That level of reasoning, I don't also side with it because they definitely have their name. We didn't know them from the beginning, even though he is right to say that we are all from one source. We all came from this continent, but it was spread and went to different places. We didn't even have any imagination to with this kind of scheme, you know. So if by seeing them initially, you give them name, but that's not the name they go and adapt now, say that's their name. You can also see them and give them some different name, but that doesn't mean that.
We call them Mrofo. We've called them Obroni forever, right? And we keep calling them that. And it means nothing as far as I'm concerned. That's how we call them. They call us what they call us.
This is what you have to. This is what you should say. Why do we call him them Obroni?
That there are many theories about that, Brofo and all of that. I don't know if you have a different one. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Me say you name a bro for near the end, but meaning so what different theory do from that.
Very good. This is the thing, sir. So Busa said, "This na you been yeah custom. You from where you say yeah custom. The date na you from say. The date you from say na make sure say you feel be say." And I feel we say, I any a fire you no correct. I or yen in your man, a fire or tear, I had it show.
Pepe. Me know you agree to that point too. Opuni, when we say who can't sema you. Who can't sema? I find it hard to disagree with you because you have some truth in there. Won't damage it. You have a foundation of truth in there, but then somehow, as it progresses, there's an element of it that I can't really attach with. For instance,
you need more confidence.
I mean, hey, anything that you set your platform, my bon command me bona, it's better to judge than to war. No, be so. That's what we do. So right now, the Americans say, okay, Sembisana, I can connect with it. Say, yes, you know, a true say. Almost subinity that you're from most people to say Emrofo or Obroni or whatever. That all of that is true. But to the extent say almost sign Jace Adia no edit to almost say you leading into no young facade din we young for the fray ye nim na simple. Young research and saying where you know these people to be researchers from anciency, right? And they just accepted it. Believe me, they know what Obroni means. They do.
That one cannot be.
When would that make sense? Anytime make sense, sometimes some of your teachings, I'm saying, refining the kakana or more or it might help, because you're standing on the foundation of truth, right? But I think it becomes sensational when you say things like, oh, Ethiopia, there's nothing like Rastafari. Then people misconceive that, and then they take that to be an attack on Rasta.
No, and on your friend of media kind of
and you're trending in Ayahuasca
no
now.
man, like that's kind of, and then they hate attention.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, maybe you call it hype, but I don't want to use the word hype. But hype, if you say the
attention. But then I will pay. And then I will pay until I will hit you. The education, okay. Okay.
Your conscience of knowledge.
Okay.
The person can be mind is about the mind matter. So I'm using the social media to just hit your mind and say, what this brother is trying to mean. No. Let me try to contact him. Maybe have something like you're saying.
Okay.
But the lay person, you just go hash and then.
The trouble with that, a very good strategy, but the trouble with that though, they say, Agyaba, there are a lot of people who will take what you say on surface value and carry it along, and then they will never bother to even ask you what you meant. And then you end up, then what you're trying to do ends up being counterproductive because person will trend for right? Person amount for and no maybe, but almost fun surface now. Be no, or anti-Rasta. And to do who post on say, hey, me cough on the boom. No, I like DH no. I believe me, there are a lot of people like that. Okay. And so if you want to really teach her, I think beyond drawing the attention, you should take a step further to explain what you really mean. And
I shouldn't explain because like this. Let me come back here. The word is about testament, right? Test.
Mm-hmm.
It's about testament. So we have to test ourselves, and we are always testing ourselves.
I don't know about that. I don't know about we have to test ourselves. I know we have to support each other.
That's why we go.
I don't know about testing ourselves.
No. Yeah, testing ourselves, not testing ourselves to bring ourselves down, but testing ourselves to build ourselves up. So we're testing whether you have the knowledge, which is the stake in the mind. So I will use some intelligence.
But Jared, each one teach one. You understand? Each one teach one.
Yeah, that's what.
So if instead of teaching, you're trying to test people, to test their intelligence or whatever, I don't know what you're trying to achieve with that.
I'm teaching you. It's like you and your child. It's like trying to train a child. You don't straight show the child what. I mean, it's kind of like, let me use it this way. You feeding a child. You don't just give a child the hard food to eat. You feed him with the soft food that will be very good for his health.
Unfortunately, the child, if he doesn't survive on the soft food, then you have not achieved anything.
So yes.
Anyways,
I'll take you on with open your support so just to wait, see your conscience there. Can you understand? Can you see? Can you relate? Then if you can relate, then we can move. But if you can't relate, you just need to say, what do you mean? And but people will not have time to ask, and then they will throw in some because they think what they know is the final. But we have to dig in. And
Okay, all right. Before we go though, who promises Obeka in the source of your information? So what's the source of information? So Nyansan when you only Usian when.
It's within us, but we are not connecting within ourselves. We are connecting outside ourselves. So things that we say most, we say things beyond our limits, and this is what the problem comes from.
Okay. So you are saying, said there's no solid, valid body of knowledge. Bia unya sa assumptions we fi. So okay, say English na denu nyina no. Bibi no obet me point here and say any proof.
You see, use the word right.
What's it then?
You use the word knowledge, right?
Yes.
You use the word knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge, right?
Yes.
I'm drawing your mind to the what I'm saying is whether new, whether new. Now I'm drawing your mind to what we are all saying, but because we are not sticking to our own, it makes we lost from ourselves, and now we are following something that we don't have no idea, and we are mentioning. Now you see the knowledge you mentioned in Ghana. Knowledge means knowing something or acquiring some skills or acquiring something that can move you ahead. Mm-hmm. That is knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you bring this to our own language, which is Ghana or Tree or say in knowledge, Mr. Khex, Mr. President Khex said,
knowledge. Yeah. It's you know, it's very deep.
When are we not connecting ourselves to the word?
I think so now it's clear. It's clear, you know, where everybody can see where you're coming from, right? It's more of a spiritual. It's more of a innate energy that you feel, you know, to connect. I would say it's an intellectual journey for you, even, right? Rather than.
So this is what Papa Jah was like worrying for us to do. This is what Papa Jah was for me. So it was always drawing our mind on, but most people come to him like, oh, ganja, I'm going to him to feel happy with him, just smoke ganja or be listening to his music. But there was something beyond. Because me, I'm like, you have the name Papa Jah, who are you? Do you believe in Haile Selassie? Then you will like, well, Haile Selassie is everything. He's the divine knowledge. He's the divine source of knowledge. So learn him more. Then I said, then why do you have your name Papa Jah? He said, that's the name they give me from my childhood. And myself, sometimes I wonder myself. Then I'm like, then I'll question him with some intelligence knowledge. And the way you answer me and draw my mind on the knowledge, I will later go and sit down and like, hey. So me, I'm seeing him from a
different angle. Okay.
Khex. Yes. So
we're on
my point of.
Okay, cool. All right. Khex, we're rounding up. What do you have to say? Let's round it up.
This interpretation you are interpreting now to be the real word, what you take it from English. It's in other languages. It's in other languages.
Yeah, it's in every language. It's in every language. It's in every language.
The same word, but in Hebrew. The same word, but in Igbo language, if you know sound the same thing.
That's the point I was making the other day also.
Hold on, the same English. It doesn't sound in Igbo like English. You don't call them like how you think they are calling them.
Yeah, but it will show their character. They will call them by the character of their behavior. That will be identified with them.
I know. So why did they use all that language?
Yes, why did they choose Ghana? Why didn't they choose the Igbo? Why didn't they choose how the Igbo called them? To call or how the people of Kenya call them or something.
Because during the slave trade, it was Ghana where the slave trade was more kind of they did long time. But like I say, people were calling them by the way they see them. Listen, Ras, let's be clear here.
That's accepted. But the divergence comes when you say they accepted to call themselves what we call them.
Yes.
And only partner because up to that point it will be at say near from or Bruni, near friend or one yevu and all of that.
Who said Ras?
Yes.
They trace root of Bibia, research AD. I don't know how to say it, but why am I to Ghana? And now I'm say, okay, the source is from here. The source is here. The root is here. The source is here. Everything is here. So where is here? Where is here? The living, the living where we are living, that's Africa or whatever we call ourselves, the African continent. So that is why, as long as Igbo people don't call English and they call English Igbo, some other day. Igbo is you. Igbo is me. Igbo, listen, Ras.
No. All right, okay. Time out.
Ras, Hannah Maker said we are looking outside more than within ourselves. English in the Hausa. We are not even communicating.
No. Okay. All right. Let's run it up. We've hit the hour already. Thank you very much, brethren. Thank you, President Khex, Dan Pongo, and thank you. Actually, before we leave, I'll beg producer, let me put 5 minutes on top of this because I really want to get this down to this as well. President, you know the foundation of Rastafari in Ghana. Please spend a few minutes. Tell us how Rastafari was introduced into Ghana.
Well, I know certain bridging them came from Jamaica, UK. Some Jamaican bridging them came from UK, like Big Trade, like Betty I, and some other bridging them, Jawe and them. They came first, and they met with some of the bridging them, and then like Bosco them, and one time Liquido them. Also,
hello.
Joined.
Hello. Oh, wow. Last minute like this, and then anyway. Okay. All right. Let's round it up. My time is already, 5 minutes. Now, kind of grandpa. I've already done 4 out of it. So I'll say thank you very much, Agyaba Opuni. Thank you so much for making time. You've become a friend of this platform, of this station. Thank you so much. You can be assured that anytime we don't understand anything, we'll come back to you. And thank you also, President Khex Pongo. Last words, 30 seconds before we go, Agyaba.
Oh, I'm very happy. I will pass from.
Sorry, I went up. So that is how it started. I came to meet. So they formed the Ethiopian World Federation, and they were doing farming in Amamole, and Ochikonfu. I came to Ghana in 1985, and I heard about the Sons of Zion, who later on broke away from the Ethiopian World Federation because they said there was some kind of oppressive things going on there. So they also set up the same farming cooperative. That is where I joined. That is how really Rastafari started.
Okay.
Initially, we had some dreadlock group called Classic Handles. They were all dreadlock, but they weren't really professing Rastafari. So hopefully that is how I can say how Rastafari came about that.
Okay. Thank you very much, President Khex.
That came out later.
Yes, we'll take that discussion up and do more, put more flesh on it another time. But for now, thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Agyaba Opuni. Actually, Agyaba was giving us his last words before you rejoined. Agyaba, please take it up again.
Yeah, I'm saying it's radio is our culture and our tradition, so we should dive more into our own. But I'm happy. I'm very grateful for your platform. So anytime you like to say, this year, I'm available. I'm there for you. So I'm very happy.
Yada Wasipi, Yada Sobodin Show. President, last words.
Yeah, we just finished the 4th National Cannabis Conference in Hobway earlier on Thursday. So I was there and I just came back to Accra yesterday. So we give thanks for all the people who organized all the supporters and organizers of the program that went successfully, which we shall share the details later on, some videos.
We will make a platform for you to talk about it here, most definitely, because it's about time. It's about time. It is about time. In New York, where I used to live a short while ago, I remember an experience. One day I was taking my kids to the park, and there was this guy who was crossing the street, right, with his kids, and he had like a spliff. So he had to cross the road, and the cops were coming around the corner. So the car stopped for the pedestrians to cross. So the cop car had to stop for him to cross. So he had to hold his kid's hands. Now, to do that, he had to put his spliff in his mouth, right in front of the cops. And he has his kids and he's crossing the road with a big spliff in his mouth, crossing the road. It's a sight to see, and the cops just waving him and, just applauding what a good father he is, whatnot. It is about time. President, we'll call you back to talk more about that conference and about the topic of legalizing marijuana in Ghana. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. Khex and Agyaba. Madam Wasipi, have a blessed Sabbath. Yes, indeed, this has been Groundation on Radio Culture. We thank our guests and we thank our sponsor, Doc Palm. Go on the Play Store, Google Play Store or the App Store, and go download the app, Doc Palm, because it is what we're using to bridge the gap in the healthcare delivery system in our beloved country of Ghana. Thank you very much for doing the listening and the watching if you're doing so on social media. And I'll be back, God willing, next Sabbath with another topic for discussion. Watch out on social media for the details. My name, Ja Beloved. I'm out. Like a light. One love.
It's a brand new sound for radio.